So here's the bike that I said I wasn't going to buy. The 2019 YT Jeffsy CF. So to answer the question if the bike is worth it, yes, it's worth it. I think all Canyon and YT direct to consumer models are definitely worth the value. I mean, you get so much bike. If you're familiar with the spec on the YT Jeffsies, you can probably already tell that I've changed quite a bit on this bike. Most notably, I am running Suntour suspension, so I have the Duralux fork with the Suntour tri-air. I didn't think the Fox suspension that came stock on here was really up for the challenge that I wanted to put this bike through. It came with a 140 mil fork, 140 millimeter rear travel, which is great. But the cool thing about these bikes is the Jeffsy Pro, CF Pro, comes with a 150 millimeter fork and 150 millimeter rear travel. So all they change is the stroke length on the shock. So all I needed to get was a Suntour shock with the same overall length. And that's what I did. So now I have basically the same geometry and spec as the CF Pro Race. So this might sound crazy, but I'm actually not a fan of SRAM Eagle. And it's not the range. I just don't like the feel of SRAM drivetrains or brakes for that matter. So this was cool. I like Shimano a lot. So even it being a 1x11, they have the E13 cassette on here, which is a 9 to 46, which is almost the range of the SRAM Eagle. So I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything. I have a 30-tooth oval chainring up front. It's an absolute black oval 30-tooth oval chainring. And I'm really happy with this drivetrain. It's basically the exact same thing I was running on my old Jeffsy. So I didn't feel a need to buy a bike with Eagle or any other setup. This is exactly what I wanted out of a drivetrain. Stock on the bike comes with Renthal fat bars, aluminum fat bars. I have swapped them out because I had these next R's. I took them right off my old bike. I kept the Renthal stem because it's a really clean, neat looking stem. I currently still have the SRAM Guide R brakes on here. Like I said, I'm not really a huge SRAM fan, so these are actually next on the list to be replaced with some sort of Shimano brake. We'll see what it'll be. Once again, like most YT models, they come with E13 TRS tires and wheels, which I think is great. The TRS tire is my go-to tire. I've never had a puncture with them, which I think is pretty incredible. And the wheels durability, my old Jeffsy, they're still running super true, no dents, nothing. And they sound pretty badass. They got a nice little buzz to them. So as for the frame, the new frame is definitely pretty sexy looking. The CF1, they did kind of cheap out and they're giving you an aluminum rear triangle now as opposed to the full carbon like on my other Jeffsy. So that's kind of a bummer, but overall it's a burly feeling frame. Like it's crazy that this is considered their trail bike because this is definitely the most enduro feeling trail bike I've ever ridden. I think they could have done better with the paint. Their paint sucks. I don't know what kind of paint they used, but it is not good. I mean, within the first ride, I was just getting dings like I've never got on a frame before. And I was just riding my normal trails. Also, the Fidlock water bottle system I was really excited for. Seemed like a really good idea. And it doesn't really live up to the hype. It's complicated, to say the least. I've dropped my water bottle multiple times trying to mess with it. And yeah, I might actually throw the old Thirstmaster 3000 on there. The old bottle cage. Because I really don't like this one too much. Which is a bummer because I thought it would be really cool. I think one of the weak points of the stock CF bike is that it still comes stock with the E13 TRS dropper post. Which for those of you that don't know, is a 4-position dropper post. The cool thing about it is it has a really fast return rate, possibly the fastest on the market, but that doesn't make up for it having positions. So that was frustrating. What was even more frustrating is for 2019, they changed the 4-position to 3-position. I have no idea why they would do that. So that was gone immediately, and I have this 1-up dropper post. This is the version 1 they came out with, and so far it's been pretty sweet. So I guess another big question is this bike better than the previous model Jeffsy? I would say yes, it is. It's definitely faster. It handles rough stuff a lot better. It's burlier. So if you're a trail rider and you dabble in a lot of enduro and you like going downhill, this bike's better. But I still have my old Jeffsy, and every time I jump on it, it makes me kind of bummed because it is such a fun and playful bike. Like, you can just throw it around and it's a blast to ride. This kind of just has more of a purpose to me, and that purpose is almost just like going fast through rough stuff. It really has an enduro feel to it, which is good, I guess, because that's really what I need it to do. So the reason I got this bike, despite saying I wasn't going to, was one, because they had a Memorial Day sale and it was $500 off, so I figured now was the best time to get it. And two, on some of the races I was noticing that the 27.5 definitely isn't as fast in the faster, chunkier stuff, and my friends were really pulling me in some of those sections, and I'd have to work a little bit harder. So I figured, why not see what I can do on a 29er. But I've definitely put it through the ringer so far. It's hit some pretty gnarly stuff with no issues. I will be doing a video on the Sun Tour suspension, so if you're interested in that, keep an eye out, because I don't think there's really a lot of good YouTube videos explaining the suspension very well. So I'm going to do my best and kind of explain to you guys some of the things that I found when dialing it in, or at least trying to dial it in. So keep an eye out for those. If you guys have any questions or comments, be sure to let me know, and I'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. And also, just throwing this out there, my 2018 Jeffsy is for sale. It is mint. If you guys have any questions or you're interested, hit us up on here, and yeah, we can work something out. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.